Welcome back, everyone, to Let's Play Super Mario RPG. I'm Dave. You may call me Motonjo. Yeah, that again, because, well, this time we are, in fact, making our way to Smitty. This is it. This is the final march. But, yeah, so, obviously, they're conveniently enough have to... When I say that they've thrown in everything Mario-related, they've even thrown in these little screws from Super Mario 3 that you used to have to jump on in the airships that I hated beyond all belief, and if they're even worse when isometric 3D platforming involved. Why? But yeah, we still have to deal with them, so not much we can do there. Just make our way through them. Hopefully you can inch your way across and deal with a couple new enemies along the way. Actually, I might have shown these guys before. I forget if I have, but if I haven't, here they are again. These are Glum Reapers. They can fear you just like the Creepers from before. Actually, come to think of it, you fight one of them in Bowser's Keep if you in the Creeper fight. I probably didn't show that because I thought that maybe there I'd showed it. I don't know. My mind's all over the place lately, but yeah, these Creepers are fast. They hit hard. And they can fear you, so watch out for that. But other than that, they're nothing too fancy. They can come along with some annoying little shadow enemies later on, but that's neither here or there. We'll see them when we see them, if we ever see them. So yeah, just inch your way across. Yeah, well, maybe I'll switch in Bowser, since, you know, he's my general fighter. Nothing fancy about him. And let's go ahead and fight this little dude right here. He is an amoeboid. Nothing fancy about him. In fact, every time I fought one of them, they died to just one drill claw attack. So, whatever. I assume, like any good amoeba, they can split and summon more of themselves. Probably would be the only enemy in the game that I've ever seen that would actually summon more of themselves. And yeah, if you slip, well, you hit a trampoline and bounce right back up to the last platform you're on, which is nice, I guess, but I'd rather have to, I mean, it's cute that they included this, just to add more Mario touches to this game, but as you can tell, I'm not very good with it, so, I don't know, I'm starting to feel maybe they were better off with moving platforms or treadmills or something. But yeah, here we get yet another new enemy. I forget their name already, but Echo Finder. They can fear you using Echo Finder. No wait, Silence is Echo Finder. So watch out for that. They can really get on your case there. Overall, though, just try not to do too hard. And Bowser Crush, a complete failure of a multi-targeting spell there. It's just stick with Geno or Mala for that kind of stuff if you just want to nuke the field. But overall, outside of the status elements that these guys have, and that's actually a really good reason to go in with Mario having the safety badge and Peach having the safety ring, just all the status elements. It really helps just on that one principle alone. There are actually quite a few bosses that can cast instant death against you, so having a couple, like 2 guys with instant death protection would even the odds. All instant death spells are single target to begin with, so having 2 out of 3 of your guys protected from instant death really leverages the odds in your favor. And you don't need everyone protected against instant death. That's just, pardon the pun, but it's overkill, ladies and gentlemen. And I fall again. At least it's not. I wouldn't consider it death to follow. Though I imagine it is getting a little annoying. Like I said, I do not like these screws at all. I say screw the screws. I don't like them, and I don't see why they put them in the first place, other than to add, you know, a little touch of going, oh hey, remember this from Super Mario 3? Yeah, you do. You remember that nostalgia? Enjoy the nostalgia. You know, nostalgia. But whatever. We've made it across, so we can just continue on. We have to hit this switch to progress, to lower the bridge, and deal with the march of amoebas that are coming at us. Thankfully, the amoebas aren't really that annoying. I can't actually imagine them being too much of a threat to begin with. But yeah, a little save block here, and here we have the Ultra Hammer, which, if you did not get the Laser Shell, is probably the next best weapon for Mario. I would not. I mean, if you haven't picked up the Laser Shell, though, that's gonna be a problem for you. At least you might be a little bit lacking in damage against Smithy. I'll just say that right now. But the Ultra Hammer's there. It's an option if you want to use that instead. It's not bad, but I just always pick up the Lazy Shell in every playthrough, so I don't see the reason to not use that as Mario's weapon of choice. I can understand you maybe not using the Lazy Shell armor, but I mean, there are, I guess, better things you can use, but I mean, if you really want to keep the magic attack and buffs, all that stuff going. But yeah, we go down here and we find a giant clock of some sort. Well, it's going to be our first boss battle of many, ladies and gentlemen, so I'm going to be switching in Geno again, because, like I said, first boss battle of many, and let's heal up. We can go full out, but we find a giant punch clock. Huh. Who works here? Why would they need a punch clock? Apparently the punch clock is alive and kicking and wants to kick our ass. So yeah, these are Countdown and the Dingalings. The Dingalings are probably our biggest threat. The Countdown has a very predictable on the attack pattern. If you let the battle go on long enough, you'll actually see the entire attack pattern and see it loop. I mean, he does it on a schedule, literally. He has a clock. That is what he does. He does things on time. He makes the trains run on time, and I'm not talking about the spice. But yeah, the Dingalings are probably our biggest threat because of all the status elements. They can Scarecrow. They can turn you into Mushroom. Fear Roulette is one you really want to look out for. That's the instant death one. You can guard against. If you can do a timed guard against that, consider your lucky stars. You just saved yourself, and you have 1 HP left over. But odds are you will not get the timed guard, and that Fear Roulette will kill you. So watch out for that sucker. Be thankful. I'm thankful right now that Geno has the Quartz Charm equipped, and Peach has the safety ring tip, so they're both protected from instant death. So the roulette will likely not hit anyone that actually matters right now. Overall, though, if you've beaten QX, this boss might be pretty easy. If you haven't beaten QX, you could probably still do a good job. Just keep your wits about you, and just try to make sure that watch the clock and make sure that it doesn't get too annoying. When he has two recover spells that he'll use, obviously, recover and super recover, and they both go on a pretty regular schedule. When the hands are at 3 for recover and 6 for super recover. But outside of that, just take them out any way you would with all your other multi-marketing attacks. I mean, you have enough to be able to knock out the Dingalings rather easy. Yeah, and the Dingalings also use Dark Star, which kind of hurts, but it's not at the same level of pain as QX, at least. Oh, Spore Charms. Thankfully, they hit Peach, who is immune to that charm. But yeah, you gotta watch out. Like I said, these guys have a lot of status elements. They have a lot of really strong attacks, and once you've taken out the Dingalings, it's a pretty routine fight for It's just all a matter of timing against Countdown himself, because he doesn't really have too much to deal with. Dingalings do need to go first, though, just because they are a bit of a threat. Nothing too super dangerous, but you do want to watch out for all the status ailments, the Spore Charm, the Scarecrow Pal, the Fear Roulette especially. Of course, Countdown has his own status elements, like with the Aurora Flash here. His next move's gonna be Super Recover, so let's go ahead and make sure everyone's wide awake, because that way we can start really punishing him for healing. I mean, one Lazy Shell can undo the damage that Super Recover heals, so undo. Oh, wait, or should it be undo the healing that's super recovered? Yeah, whatever. But yeah, once we've gotten all that said and done, countdown is pretty simple. Just don't let him get. Just don't let him do a full revolution around the clock, otherwise you might be in for a lick of trouble. I remember him doing that before, and it was pretty nasty if I recall correctly. He has some really strong attacks at noon, but this fight I didn't see it, so I have no idea what's to come, but overall, once you've taken care of Countdown, you pretty much are in a relatively safe position. His defense is in fact great, so Peach can do some reasonable damage to him. Everyone in your party can do really good damage to him. And, well, we just smashed the clock, ladies and gentlemen. So, that said, time to punch out, because, well, I'm about ready to punch out. But first, let's watch Mario gain a couple, get up to level 21. And this will probably be a good thing for the fight to come. Smithy is going to be a long fight, ladies and gentlemen. I am not joking with that one. QX took 15 minutes. Smithy's going to take more than that. He has more HP than QX. But, well, I guess there's not much else to do. Take that trampoline onto the next area, and I'll just punch out right here. So, until next time, ladies and gentlemen, I'm Dave. Remember, it's better to be early than late. At least that's what I tell myself, as an excuse to always being a half hour early for everything. Take care.